Osama bin Laden broadcast from my mother's homeland, muted. The assassination of bin Laden is a politician's lie, my mother says, and so is his body, tossed from a ship deck into a blank swallowing sea, his feet floundering away from Mecca like a mad compass. My mother calls me in California from her kitchen in New Albany, Indiana, to talk over the news. Look behind the reporter, she says, and look at Abbottabad. At least they hid Osama where your grandmother grew up, and now you can see where your people are from, the mountain people. The next day, the president broadcasts home videos of Osama, who leans in cotton shalwar kameez on the floor on his elbow in his living room to watch television with the curtains closed, who talks to the camera with bed sheets draped behind him, his mouth moving with the sound cut, with the president's voice dubbed over to explain that he has muted Osama's battle cries to leave thousands of brown-faced bomb wearers leaderless. And I remember the voice of my distant uncle in Pakistan as he talked over a television blaring a Bollywood drama in his pillow-lined living room in Gulshani Ravi, trying to educate this dulled American girl, 19 years old, hair cut like a boy, unable to speak anyone's languages. We are the ants, he says, walking his fingers like an ant along his own forearm. We climb up together to tickle constantly the elephant's trunk, and the beastly elephant, he says, wild-eyed, can only stomp and stomp at no one. I stare at him confused, so he reassures, Beti, of course we will never kill the elephant. We do this only to be felt. He pauses to gaze at the dancers with bare midriffs glowing in the film, while my long-lost cousin-in-law whispers to me, in America, do you wear miniskirts and tall boots like a prostitute? She bites her lip, gloss thick with red lipstick. Are all American girls sluts? This is called Berkeley Hills. I point him out to my husband, the Berkeley Hills transient man who, every afternoon, swifts past my daughter and me while we walk the dogs. His splay-cuff black sneakers, sagging burlap over-shoulder sack, white face with a navy hoodie, eyes to the sidewalks of Virginia, Euclid, Cedar, Hillgard, Scenic. He skirts past the nuns and monks of Holy Hill with a hushed bulge of cans and bottles that he empties into the paint-stripped, chalk-gray Chevette parked alongside stucco houses with red Mediterranean shingles, where silvering hippies with paid-off mortgages stand curbside, thumb-spraying with water hoses at their succulents. Leering at the Chevette when they see it, coastal breeze ripping through its windows always open, its heaps of shivering, weightless recyclables, crusted, damp jeans piled in the passenger seat, dash full of pale yellow grease-spotted papers, its ticketless windshield out of sight and off their curb precisely every 2 hours before 6 p.m., then camouflaged at night against moonlit stucco. My husband tries to capture his face, a gaunt blur, his sideways gait on the slope, and I confessed how I hate the boned shock that I feel when he brushes past our daughter, as if he will tuck her into his burlap sack, though I know that he is harmless, and in these quaking, too beautiful hills, he is alone here, like us, rifling and taking in daylight. It's called Reprise. Trust 3 raw vegan prenatals daily, swallowed to startle polybrominated dibenzodioxins, furans, organochlorine pesticides, to lighten the burden, still in repose. Let it fill and hold fast, this time all 266 days. Offer a more sound way out, no second cut, hip bone to hip bone, no leaked blood, clear effulgent lymph, seep through surgical tape staining the backs of hospital donation onesies. Let the baby collapse first against breast, fluttering muscle and warm bone, no manicured hands of lipstick toward nurses with bottom jaw braces and Pantene, jamming plastic feeding tubes of Neosure down throat when the suckle is slow. Let us be unseeable, not archived in a foothills courthouse where I am unfit, A flight risk too lenient, too often naked around, slept too often alongside, too educated, thus overpowering, a spoon sharer. We made a family. We could have filled the void with a replacer baby. Instead, we moved like egrets, kill strikers. We hovered over the black, dammed water to eye the flickering for years before we broke through. Paid someone the old white judge could look square in the eye, Christian man to Christian man, 20 grand to buy back the baby I kept when I was 21, the system reliable as a parking meter. Free from it now, we are soldiers gone mum after war, ambling like deer on the sidewalks before dawn.